All right, decided to do another space weather video here because we are in geomagnetic storm conditions at a KP of 7. So this isn't directly responsible, we don't think. We think the KP index of 7 is caused by a filament that was coronally mass ejected yesterday. But the real news is still this sunspot 2720. Have a look at the solar ham information. There you go. Now let's go to spaceweather.com to see what the current conditions are. We're at 375 kilometers per second for the solar wind speed. Density is 20.2 protons per cubic centimeter. As we can see, there are 2 sunspots. Now, we've got spaceweather.com is reporting on this sunspot as a reverse polarity sunspot. I'm not seeing that. It appears to be normal polarity to me. I mean, somebody, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But from what we're looking at, we don't see that. Now, let's take a look at the individual stats here on spaceweathernews.com. Now, you see there's been a bunch of X-ray flaring, but not very high, not even in the C range, barely making it to mid-B range. Now, the BTBZ angles are crazy, okay? That's got something to do with it, with the KP index of 7, because the weak filament that hit the Earth did it at the time when the KP was very low. So it's the flux interaction between these variables. It's not really the power of the ejection itself. It's the power of the ejection coupled with a weak magnetosphere, because the KP was at 2 when this came in. So there you go. You can see the KP index at 7 right there, incredibly high. We're expecting this to drop down because this was caused just by a minor filament ejection yesterday. Now, the magnetometer, very steeply rising back up. I'm pretty sure it's already reached the bottom. Now, this was the unexpected thing. We were expecting the electron flux not to drop off so much, but it still did drop off a lot, as you can see. Lastly, let's take a look at the F2 ionosphere layer, which you can see is highly charged. Amateur radio operators enjoy. So, take a look at one more thing here. Little bonus. Give you an idea of what these sunspots are looking like in the 171 angstroms range. Actually, let's do the 304 angstroms range. It's a pretty amazing sunspot. Now, spaceweather.com thinks we may already be starting cycle 25. I'm not seeing it. I'm not so sure that this sunspot really does have a reverse polarity. And I have been looking for that. Obviously, at a time of solar minimum, if we are starting the next cycle, that may be a good thing. So, yeah, there you go.